All right, there's a nice graphing program built into the computer. Just pull down your spotlight, type in grapher, and you'll find it's got this kind of little 3D looking thing. Once the grapher opens, this little window will come up. Most of the time we're going to make a two-dimensional graph, so you can just leave this on 2D and on default and do choose. Once grapher is running, you'll have this screen, and you have several tools up here: the pointer tool, the hand tool, and the zoom tool. You have two other zooms here to zoom in and zoom out. This one in the buttons will zoom to a specific point. This tool allows you to recenter a graph. Sometimes you'll be way off the side and you can recenter it. And this one will equalize the axes so that your x direction size and your y direction size are the same. So to graph something, you put its equation in here. So let's just graph a simple line, x plus 1. I just type it in, hit return. There's my line. To add a second graph, I'm going to come up here to equation menu, do new equation. We could do a second graph. Let's do minus x plus 2. Hit return. There's my second graph. Now notice that once I do the second graph, the first graph is there, but it's kind of grayed out. So you could select more than one by holding down the shift key and selecting these two. So now I have my two graphs. Now if I were, for example, interested in the intersection of these two graphs, come over here and get the zoom tool, and I could zoom in on that intersection just by clicking it. Could zoom in several times. Now I can look at the grid here to get the coordinates, but I could also come over here and get the pointer tool, click on that intersection, and we'll put in these two dotted lines, and down here at the bottom it tells me the coordinates. So 0.4999 and 1.5001. So the calculation is being rounded, so this intersection seems to be 0.5 and 1.5. Now if I want to go back, I could center my origins with the button there, and I could do zoom out. So I'm kind of right back to where I started. I could come over here and turn this equation off, turn that equation off, put on another equation if I wanted by going equation, new equation. Let's put in a quadratic equation. X squared. To do squared, you do shift 6, the caret. X to the power 2. Now I have to go kind of 1 over, so I'm going to click off the side, otherwise I'll add to my exponent. Say minus 6x plus 11. Hit return. There's my graph. Now I want to have it on there a little better. I could get the hand over here, slide this down so it's more in the center. Could zoom in, do all those things. So let's say I was interested in an intersection of this parabola and a line. I'm going to do new equation again. Let's put in the line x plus 1. Return. There's my line. Notice once again this is grayed out, so shift key, I could select both of those. So now I can see both of the graphs. Again, if I was interested in an intersection, I could get my zoom tool over here and zoom in on this particular point. Then get my pointer tool, click on that intersection. It's going to tell me down here the coordinates of that intersection.